the girl never expected that after being adopted by her upright stepmother, her life would change completely. Not only did she not abuse her like the usual stories, but instead she became the family's favorite. That day her stepmother took her shopping for daily necessities, but since nothing there was cheap, she held back. Her two stepsisters could not stand it, so before long, with their help, she picked a whole basket, but since they did not ask for her opinion, the stepmother scolded them and told her to choose what she liked. The stepmother seemed angry, but she had noticed her sneaking glances at a storage box with an iris pattern. Once caught, she could not hide it anymore. She wanted it, first because her late mother loved irises, and second with a storage box, she could keep everything her sisters gave her. A truly loving family. Unfortunately, a store clerk had accidentally dropped it. Normally it could not be sold, but her stepmother insisted on buying it, because as a mother, she wanted to grant her wish. As for how to use it broken, after buying the supplies, since she would live here from now on, her sister wanted to introduce her to the guard. As a noble family, having a guard was normal. She imagined what it would be like, but to her surprise, the guard was a dog, and looked completely harmless. Forget protecting anyone, he looked like he would get stolen himself. As for why a dog could be a guard, he was actually found collapsed outside the estate, and her sister took him in, but maybe due to trauma, he never barked. That story reminded her of her own past. Her mother was sick since she was young. She started working before age 10. Growing up like that, her grandmother always called her pitiful, but telling a child that over and over was selfish. It only made her feel insecure. But walking the dog was not just about going out. Her stepmother wanted to expand her social circle, even considering the dog's social life. But in fact, like her, the dog friends he made were all kind to him. Since they had similar backgrounds, she grew fonder of him. Today she planned to explore the estate. Why explore? Because the house was huge. The head maid was in a rush to make breakfast, but the dog wanted to stay outside, so she offered to help, letting him guide her around. But after a few steps, he suddenly reacted to something. She looked and saw her eldest sister. She still did not know how she lived day to day, so she watched from a distance. Just then a maid brought her tea. The maid felt honored, but worried about the head maid finding out, because the rules were strict. Getting fired was common, but her sister had no intention of telling anyone. If she got fired, she would never get such good tea again. Her brewing skill was average, but her sister said that anyway. Clearly she was always kind to servants. She noticed all of this. A few steps later, she heard her second sister arguing. She had taken over the gardener's work. If they did not let her, she thought they looked down on her. Her smile usually gave people chills, but it was all a misunderstanding. That also made her realize why her second sister knew so many skills. Behind it all was hard work. When she returned to the estate, she found the same maid in trouble again. She knocked over a bucket, and the head maid saw it. By coincidence, her stepmother passed by and asked what happened, but surprisingly, the head maid took the blame herself. But her stepmother saw through it. She witnessed all of this. She had worked for other ladies before, but they never cared about servants like that. After getting used to everything, what seemed normal to her was actually her stepmother, who seemed strict, but was gentle and even funny at times.